Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS, Top Shelf Studios, Universidad. I am joined today by a very funny human and a very hung bagel dude on this fine Saturday. Garrett Nygren is here at Top Shelf.
How we living?
Stand-up comedian, host of several open mics, showcase shows around Denver. The man with the funky shoes himself.
How we living? Oh my God, Sean, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here.
God, this is going to be so fucking epic. I've been wanting to do this podcast for so long and really, really appreciate it.
And you just had to have the biggest showcase show at the cider place last night before this and go, hard in celebration. So that's just how life lines up sometimes. You don't get to pick your battles. You just get to fight every one of them.
I'm fighting my demons. They're in the corner staring at me.
One good thing we got out of it is probably one of the more legendary podcast Polaroids of you lying outside on the back deck, just hoping and praying that this cigarette will pull you from the void. I loved it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I had a great show last night at Locust Cider. It's the 67th show. The 69th show will be November 1st.
Dibs.
Yeah, no, seriously, come on.
I want to come on that.
I want to get a DJ.
I'll wear my Intolerable Nuggets jersey. It's number 69 for that show if you put me on it.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, you're down.
Okay, I'm in.
You're in, baby. You're so back. Yeah, no, we have a show every first and third Friday. We've been doing it since 2021, October 15th. So it's coming up on our 3-year anniversary.
Wow.
And yeah, it's pretty nutty that they keep having us do that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What was the origin story of this show?
Oh my God.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So it was 2021, summer, and it was a hot day, and I'm a pool hopper. I go to different apartment complexes. I know the layout. And I go...
Is that because you have Google Maps?
Yeah. Also, the drone.
Okay.
I like to drone strike apartment complexes to understand the layout.
Surveying missions.
So it was the Grand. I don't know if you know the Grand. It's an apartment complex over near Whole Foods area. I was going to their pool. It was a hot day. I don't live at the Grand, but I knew they had a nice pool. So I went to the pool and I was mingling with the people that live in this apartment complex. And I was hitting it off with everyone in the pool. I don't think they live there either.
I was going to say, are they just maybe they're other pool hoppers?
Yeah.
Enjoying the Grand's pool.
It's grand.
It was a hot day. Remember, folks, a hot day.
Yeah. And then I get to chatting, and as you do when you are a stand-up comic, especially as young as I was as a stand-up, you can't help but tell everyone that you do comedy. So,
I avoid that. I feel like I just know what's waiting on the other side.
I don't know, when you first start doing comedy, you just have to tell everyone that you do stand-up.
I thought for a long time, even two comics self-identifying as a comic. No, until I'm paid to do this, I can't even come close to saying I'm that.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. No, but I totally understand what you mean. You're excited about the thing. You're pouring yourself into this. You're like, I'm doing this thing. Hey, everybody listen to me.
Yeah,
totally.
Exactly. And so I'm at the Grand pool and I'm like, hey, yeah, I do stand-up comedy. I was talking to this girl. She's like, oh, cool. Yeah, awesome. I was like, hey, yeah, where'd you go to college? She's like, I went to Bryant University. I was like, hey, I got 5-6 friends on the lacrosse team there. She's like, oh yeah, cool. And then name dropped a few friends, and then that I also do comedy, whatever. She's like, I actually just started a position as a bartender at a cider house, and we're looking to put on events if you want to do comedy there.
You know what pairs good with cider?
Yeah.
Laughter.
Exactly. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to. And we started just doing a monthly or twice a month. They didn't pay me anything. I was like, okay, dope. Like, I'm just going to like work this room, build it up. And then after a few shows, I contacted the manager and was like, all right, did a few shows, saw success. Now let's really get this ball rolling. And then they got me locked in. And I've been there ever since, but it just happened through pool hopping.
That's amazing.
It's a funny story, just in the sense of like, you know,
you hate to encourage illegal activity, but sometimes when petty crime leads to the best things in your life, it's like hard not to be like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Opportunity arised, and it's like, it's just funny, you know, like sometimes you look for venues and then other times you're pool hopping and they find you, you know? So been there since then. And, yeah, now 67th show was last night. I had a lot of people from work show up, and it was probably about 70 in the audience, which is the most we've ever had in that location.
So you beat the number of the show by the number of people in the room for the first time ever. This was officially like a you know, economic marker of like buy signal. You know, invest now.
Yeah.
The 30-day line has crossed the whatever the you know type of
the
thing.
Threshold.
Yeah, exactly. The threshold been breached. Pour all of our funds into Israel. All of the funds.
Now our investors have paid off. Yeah, no, it was great, and it was a fun show, and yeah, I do it twice a month, and yeah, the 69th show, Sean will be on November 1st, which is a Friday, the first Friday in November, and yeah, just it's been so fun, and been lucky to have that venue.
Been lucky to pool hop.
Exactly.
And can I add one little caveat or like asterisk to the petty crime thing I said before? If you're going to do petty crimes, they have to be experiential based petty crimes. You can't just steal stuff for small value.
Oh my God, but I do.
Put yourself. But you're not going to get any shows at any cider houses out of that.
Facts. I'll just get a full tummy. My petty crime that I do is
Food-based?
I go, oh yeah. Well, it's really easy to not feel guilty about stealing food.
Oh, perfect. This episode is going to come out on the 22nd.
Let's go.
So it's going to be a hype city for that on the 1st. You're watching this, you're going to go to the link that we're going to put in this, and you're going to go to that show. There might not even be a link, but you're going to go to that fucking show.
Let's go. Yeah.
People keep going, you should do a live pod. I'm not doing a live pod unless you all come to this show. Prove to me that a live pod needs to happen. I don't think it does. So
facts.
Come out to the 69th show.
And a live pod is good in theory until the glasses start clinking. You know, you have a full fucking room and everyone's making some noise and you're like, would you all just not?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe there's probably that extra layer of it, but I say horrendous. I swing and miss at least once an episode to show people that you have to do it, should do it, take those chances. I feel like I'd probably do the same thing if I was doing a live pod. It would just be lots of swinging and missing, but there'd be people there.
Yeah,
so maybe I would feel that.
I've done 10 live pods for my own podcast, Pallet City Podcast, which is, you know, on hiatus, at Western Sky Bar, which is South Broadway. And yeah, I'm almost happy when no one shows up because then there's less noise.
Oh, then intimate vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we could have a studio audience here, I guess. And
just one guy in the corner being like, "You got this."
Yeah, that's production. Sometimes when they show up for the show, they're in the corner there.
It's the guy with the boom mic.
It's like, hey, we have 3 mics. Why is he holding the boom? There's no reason.
He actually brought it himself.
He's doing a documentary about the podcast being recorded.
Very meta.
Yeah, super meta. Nobody's going to watch that. Nobody watches the podcast.
Little inception.
Yeah. Yelling into the void within a void.
Yeah, I had multiple fathers leave me.
I love that. So this was the first show you had run, or no? This was a secondary show. I mean, it's been going for 3 years, so longer than Pallet, right?
No, so Monkey Barrel is every Thursday. The first show that I ever ran in Denver was actually at a pizzeria on Windot and 32nd. It's called The Well.
Did you get tired of going to it?
Well.
Come on now. Come on, folks.
We're doing it.
That's some good Harlan Williams comedy now. Come on now.
Let's go.
We're having a silly time today, and if you don't like it, you're gonna come around.
You're gonna come around. You'll also come. You'll be there. Yeah. I did the Well Pizzeria March 2020.
Okay.
Right before COVID. It was literally the week before the world shut down. And was
your first show there?
Yeah.
What?
My first show, March 5th, 2020.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was
Spooky.
bonkers. And I just like totally remember the show as it was. And, audience members came up to me after. They were like, we had a great time. And they're like, you didn't talk about what's happening. Like, COVID is happening. And I was like, yeah, like I don't really want to like fixate on like what's happening in the world. Like people go to a comedy show to escape the world. I can't necessarily talk about, what's happening. And then literally the next week, the whole world shut down for a whole year and a half. And I was like, I probably should have talked about
it. there goes my chance. I had one shot. Eminem rapped about this and I missed it.
Spaghetti on my face. Mom, spaghetti on my face.
Mom, guess what's on my face? You're never going to believe this.
Yeah. It was a good little venue. Like I definitely recommend it to anyone who's looking to start a comedy show. Hit up the Well Pizzeria. The fucking capacity is like 25 people. So like it's gonna be packed if you run it, and they're happy. They're happy to have audience. They put the flyer up in their establishment. They did what they had to do. And then I was on a run. Yuck. With my girl at the time.
Self-care. Ew.
Yeah. Oh,
what are you trying to live forever?
So gross. Yeah, I don't know. There was like a statistic recently. It was like if you go on a run 5 times a week, you can slow your molecular fucking metabolism, I don't know, by like 5 years if you fucking go on a run every day for 5 days out of the week. I'm like, it seems like a lot.
How far?
To the kitchen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like a couple quick steps, or like are we talking a football move?
I didn't click on the title.
I'm a left tackle. That's like, a couple steps out of my stance.
I saw the fucking title and I didn't click on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I was on a run and I saw, got your phone? Hey man, got your phone? This person knows me.
Mysterious text mid-pod.
Mysterious text mid-pod.
A new segment. Ominous text mid-podcast.
I see Monkey Barrel though, and it's like a great fucking venue in the sense that when COVID was happening, they have outdoor seating, they have a patio, I was like, wow, I gotta hit them up, let them know, because at that point in time in the world, like if you had a patio, comedy's happening. If you have a parking lot, comedy's happening.
If you couldn't do it anywhere else.
You couldn't do it. It had to be open air. So I went.
You still do open air show? Are you still open to an open air show? Because I've been trying to put together an open air show at a disc golf course in the mountains here.
Yeah?
I mean, it sounds like a really dumb idea, I know.
No, it's good.
Like a mini short course tournament and then the comedy show.
Yeah.
For fun? For the vibes?
Yeah.
For the boys?
Every course or whatever has like another comedian.
Oh, there you go. Jokes off the tee on every single hole. I like that.
I hope this joke flies. Better yet, I hope it lands.
In the basket.
In the basket. I'm a basket case.
We're riffing.
Basket Cases comedy show. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. The chain linked fucking Ching. That joke landed.
An Unchained comedy show.
Also unhinged. Yeah. So I was like, hey, I would love to do a comedy show here. And August 5th, 2020, I did a comedy show. It was outside on their patio. They're like, wow, how did you get 5 people here?
Really? They're excited about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Okay, that's awesome.
no one was leaving their house.
That's true.
They're like, wow, you really packed it out with 5 people.
Business is booming.
They're like, wow, you're a really good promoter.
6 next week, maybe?
It was like my girlfriend at the time and her like 2 friends. I was like, yeah, she's popular.
You're like, it's not a bringer show.
It's not a bringer show, but she brought people.
We brought them.
We brought them.
Thank God I bought milkshakes. Am I right?
They bring all the boys to the yard. I then made it like twice a month, and then after November, I made it a weekly comedy open mic. And there's like some photos like from back in the day of like everyone wearing masks, like waiting to get up, and it's like so funny. And then Locust Cider every first and third Friday, where I was last night. Sorry to be hung bagel.
Fun bagel.
A fun bagel.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's an everything bagel. Poppy seeds. Don't drug test me. Don't do it. I'm also on heroin.
There was meth on that bagel.
We're just messing around.
Just messing around. Just some fun with the boys.
It's just some fun with the boys.
Mom, I'm playing Fortnite. Please.
I told you to knock first. So it's been a really good time with Pallet City, and that's kind of like the birth of a nation. I mean, no.
Yes, it is. No. A lot of whites there.
Sounds about white.
It's Colorado. That's not your fault. That's a larger.
Keep Colorado rad. Colorado. Yeah. So I'm excited about, what I've been trying to,
How long have you been doing comedy? I don't think I got to ask you that.
Yeah, 2017, January. So, I started comedy then, and I was piss poor. Still am, but now the pot that I piss in is a little bit more dank. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissing in that pot.
Made friends. Friends have weed.
Yeah. Crazy strain, let me tell you. Super dehydrated.
Smells a lot like asparagus. This kush.
Yeah. I love comedy. I love doing jokes. I love trying to be funny. I love trying to be better. I love trying to like get better, like understand like what makes people laugh, have an unbiased source of just like laughter. 'Cause you're funny when no one is there that knows you, and they're laughing, and you're like, okay, dope, that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to William Patterson College, which is now a university. I don't know, it was like a teacher's college for a little bit. Didn't start there. I first went to Johnson & Wales, which is when all else fails, Johnson & Wales.
I mean, that's where we took FBLA trips and stuff. And I mean,
Future Business Leaders of America.
Yeah, that's where I would pair it up. For stuff like that. Conferences and shit in high school. Yeah. Down in Johnson & Wales. Take the buses, bring the boys. Johnson & Wales. Who's got toys? I mean, seriously.
They're like, all else fails, Johnson & Wales. Johnson inhales nitrous. Some whippets.
Have you been in the service industry? They're gonna huff stuff.
Come
on, let's be honest. They're huffing things.
Yeah, the fraternities, they just lock you in a walk-in.
Why do the mozzarella sticks seem burnt? They're huffing stuff. Let's be honest. The fryers look really weird when you're whoa 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 whoa.
I love dubstep and also working all the time.
Those do go hand in hand. That's funny. The Venn diagram of people that love dubstep and love to work all the time. One circle.
Yeah, I got locked in the walk-in a few times. It's a push. Thought it was a pull. Someone help me.
I'm no Sisyphus.
So went there initially, dropped out after a year and a half, and was
Did you grow up in Colorado?
No, I grew up in Jersey.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
North Jersey. If there was a flag depicting where I'm from, it would just be someone looking through the blinds. Looks kind of cool in New York.
It's like a black flag with just like eyes and the blind thing. It's just black, and then you see like one blind being raised in the middle of the flag and some eyes peering through. That's like, you should design that. Hey, Jeff Tice, mock something up.
Yeah,
that's a cool flag.
Yeah,
you should make that with Jeff and have him. You can use it for like a header someday or something. There's some future usage for that. Put it on the arm of a shirt you sell or something.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Oh man. So yeah, started comedy in North Jersey.
So does that mean that people are like up their each other's butts? It's like a very suburban kind of Joneses kind of vibe, or
a little bit. Like it's 2.5 square miles, 13,000 people in my town, and you know, I feel like
so dense in brain mass and people.
Oh yeah. Very, very dense. Yeah, my my parents, they love me. I love my parents. Everyone knows everyone. So it's like, you walk around and you're like, I have to represent my mom and dad because everyone knows everyone. So you can't really, if you're going to like fuck off, like everyone's like, wow, that's a really bad representation of your mom and dad. So I was like, kind of
wow,
like,
you hate your family to be representing them so poorly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Which is very like psychologically damning to any advancement of people and humanhood.
Yeah,
if you break it down, like from a macro level, that's really bad for the micro person.
Exactly. Like, wow, I really can't figure out who I am as an individual when I always have to kind of censor myself.
Yeah, let me just cookie cutter myself out of a person.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny that you say cookie cutter because growing up, there was a, Nabisco factory, that makes all the cookies. And when it rained and there was moisture in the air, you would know that it was going to rain because you could smell cookies. And like, that's just like cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
So you were like early adopter of like, yeah, they're making the weather.
Yeah.
Nabisco does it every Tuesday.
I didn't know the Jews loved cookies so much.
God damn. Thought they had a problem with ovens. How are they making so many cookies?
Thought they were macaroons.
Okay, they're raw. Fine. It's a bad joke. They're selling the dough. Okay. I'll just let them stay on the line. Please don't fire me. This is the only job there is in town.
I'm sorry to gas you up.
So I went to college in Cedar Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up outside of Boulder here, and my whole class goes to CU Boulder, and I go to fucking Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
The one good thing we had, lots of good things, but one environmentally good thing in Cedar Rapids is that Quaker is there, and they make Crunch Berries, the cereal.
Oh,
so
yeah.
once every 2 weeks, the entire city smells like Crunch Berries. It's called Crunch Berry Day. It's like a well-recognized thing.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm studying for finals when worried. Logging hours till late in the morning, walk back to dorm at like 2 a.m. for an 8 a.m. final. I'm like, scared. Oh, not scared anymore. It's Crunch Berry Day. This is going to be, I'm going to ace this fucker. Let's go. That's Midwestern. You wonder why Midwest people get crazy about little things? I know why. I did it.
Dude, that's so fucking great. Like, just smelling cookies or just smelling the Quakers. It's the oats.
Yeah.
Fucking berries, dude.
Forget about the impacts to water and clean air. Like,
you fucking downgraded, though, to a fucking dog food plant. Like, now we just...
Coming back, that's true. I will say, it doesn't smell bad right here, but in parts of Colorado, if you live in certain areas, you can end up with a certain
specifically
smell.
Globeville. Globeville, there's a person. Globeville is an area that's a district that is the closest towards the pet food company.
Okay, so it's what, on 70 there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so before Commerce City, am I thinking about this right?
Yep.
Okay.
On your way, like
so North Denver, Northeast Denver.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And there was a person that just like filed a lawsuit being like, I just paid $1.5 million for my house and I smell shit every fucking day. And it's like, yeah, well, did you not just like look out your backyard and see like the fucking
Purina plant right there?
Like, and they're like trying to sue
Is
them.
there some stupid Californian or New Yorker that's like didn't come and actually do any type of, they like bought blind because they have so much cash in the bank?
It's just so funny that they're just so inept to not even figure it the fuck out. Like, oh, let me sue you for the fact that I had to pay $1.5 million for a shack that smells like shit.
Have you been to Boulder?
Have you been to Boulder?
That's the
Boulder.
median
I
home.
hardly know her.
Thank you. We need those. We need those. No. It's needed around here. You might not listen to the show very much, but that is the show. You're made for the show, Garrett.
Can't be tamed. Don't put me in a box. I'll start tap dancing on it.
I've long joked that we're rats in a vending machine. People ask, why do you keep going to the vending machine? I said, if you're in a rat in a cage, I'm going to go to the fucking rat vending machine. I'm a rat in a cage. Why the fuck not?
C-17.
C-17. My little rat fingers on them.
Little Ruffles potato chips. Don't mean to ruffle the feathers.
Talk about mini ridges, am I right?
Oh my gosh, dude. What is your chip of choice?
Honestly, Ruffle, I'll be honest, the mouthfeel of Ruffle is pretty unrivaled.
Oh yeah. The sour cream and cheddar. Oh, get it on the fingies. Oh man. But I recently learned that Doritos, the dust on them is not adding to the flavor, but just to the experience.
Mostly to the capitalist experience of you wanting more chips and to purchase more of them. Yes, it's merely a tool of the capitalist. Yes, the Doritos dust is merely a conjugate between you and the profit motive.
I fucking snort that shit,
and then I buy a lot of Doritos.
Give me some more of that dust.
I love the Mars Corporation.
Hershey.
I mean, shit. I could be missing on that, but there's 5 companies that own everything, so I'm pretty good guess there.
Hershey, more like Hirsch they.
Not very progressive of you to end your name in a pronoun, Hershey.
So yeah, I grew up in northern New Jersey, in a town that smelled like cookies.
Okay.
And went
to public school.
Yeah, public school, but it wasn't a regional high school. It was a public blue ribbon school, but it was just for my town. So, just jurisdictions and stuff and, well-to-do upper class middle family. But like,
what's a blue ribbon mean? I'm not
blue ribbon. A blue ribbon school is an accolade that, you get,
for giving enough money to Israel. I'll stop making the jokes when my taxpayer dollars don't keep funding war. How about that?
I wish that joke didn't bomb. But they're also bombing all the fucking time.
You mean they bombed Yemen again? I love how we're like, listen, Ukraine, you can't bomb any Russian air bases. It will escalate the war. Under no circumstances can you bomb any Russian air bases, Ukraine. We're going to keep sending you money, but you can't bomb any Russian air bases. And we're like, okay, yep, that's fine. Totally fine. We won't bomb any Russian air bases. And then Israel's like, hey, yo, just a heads up, United States, we already bombed a Russian air base. Like, we're not going to ask for permission. Forgive us, would you? More money, please. Money.
Permish? Commish?
Forgiveness? No. We are going to go eat. If you would like to check out some of the eating, I'll try to record a little bit of a Patreon here.
Oh, hell
Head over to patreon.com/intolerable. Any support, we thank you for. It just goes back to feed these lovely guest mouths. We'll kick you to the other side with some signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh, shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours show. We're much less hung bagel on this side of the couch. We got a full belly, full of wings.
Your wings are fucking crazy, dude. I'm flying away.
We need a review. The fans need a review.
God, it was magical. It was an out-of-body experience. One would say it was similar to walking through the desert for 40 days and then getting a glass of water.
Right.
The glass of water being the wings.
Sure.
And that would... Yeah, I can only describe it as taking your shoes off and your socks, walking down planked stairs to a sand beach.
Ooh.
And feeling the sand under your feet and walking amongst the ocean. And as the tide rises, you avoid the water a little bit.
But you
right?
might feel it on your toes. Too.
Yeah, it's a little cold.
Ooh.
It's nice. Maybe your dad's walking a little bit ahead of you,
right.
And as he puts his feet in the sand, you like follow those same footsteps.
Oh, that's cute. That's a cute moment.
Yeah, you just keep trudging along,
right?
And that's kind of like the wings I had.
So that would put him at what, like a 6.5 out of 10?
Oh no, a lot more, a lot higher. Oh,
a father's love out of 10.
I could honestly only describe these wings as like you go to a specific location and you get a boat.
You're trying to make it so I really can't put anything over the screen as a rating. It can't fit the text.
I can only describe this experience as like you go to a certain location, you get a boat.
Okay.
Then you fill that boat with camping supplies. And then you go to an island and you
on
dock
the boat or like
on the no,
okay.
But like there's a dock on the island and you dock the boat,
right?
And then you take all the stuff out. You set up camp, right? You're in a tent, and then it's such a nice night out, right? That you take the tarp off, which is just a screen, and you can see the stars,
the Milky Way, maybe.
Yeah. And that's kind of like how I felt when I ate the wings.
Yeah, looking at the Milky Way out of a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but like
maybe can you like if
it was
if possible,
it was exotic in the sense of I gotta have a boat with camping supplies in it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you had to be like if someone had like a revolver and they were like really for some reason so adamant that you give a shorter answer,
I would say that it's kind of like
right.
I'm saying
like if you could be as succinct with your review as possible.
It was
if someone had a gun to your head.
It was a 9 out of 10 for me.
Perfect.
Sorry.
No. That's
was that too lengthy?
I didn't want to. I actually drew you back down too far. I think I wanted a little more.
It's kind of like
he cut it off without decibels because
have you ever been on a Ferris wheel?
I have.
Amazing. It goes around, but then have you ever?
And it comes back around.
It comes back around.
People don't remember that part.
That's the kick. That's the spice. It comes. It's
that's what keeps the people actually coming back.
Yeah. A little repetition. Kind of repetition.
Repetition.
You know me. I'm good with words.
You got that in repertoire.
I'm repertoire.
I'm repertoired.
A Ferris wheel. I would probably say that it's like a Ferris wheel,
right? Like riding one or just the structure.
But like one of the ones that flips. Have you ever seen a flipping Ferris wheel?
Oh, I don't know if I have. Is this a new technology along with quantum computing?
No, it's just real ghetto shit.
Okay.
I don't know. It's
one of those carnival rides that you probably shouldn't get on.
Where the guy is smoking a fucking cig, has a neck tat, he's wearing a wife pleaser.
I mean, he's leaving in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
To another county, so to think your life is significant to him is a stretch.
I don't know, maybe in like 6th grade.
Did you ever go to a carnival? And I remember I got a spray painted on hat once that I don't think I ever once wore into public.
What was the word?
It was like my name, I think. Latinx spray painted is the best way to put it, I think, in 2024 terms.
Green and pink.
I think it had like it was like green, black, and red.
I'm picturing like the Fresh Prince logo, like
think the Chappelle logo, but with the word Sean SEAN on a like a skull cap, like a beanie.
That's fresh.
Yeah, super fresh. So fresh, I couldn't have ever worn it. I felt that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to wear a costume.
You're.
Then they say, culture, not costume. So I felt like I didn't belong in that hat, so I didn't wear it ever. I felt bad about it, but I did pay for the hat, or someone else paid for the hat. I was a kid, but
I wore it inside my house.
I think I did, rock it around. Probably on Xbox Live, I'd rock it. you know,
Dude, Lily,
young thugging on there. Come on. I was never that good at gaming or anything, but I could see myself in a younger day.
I wonder if people have like uniforms for when they game.
Oh, it's the uniform for everything for people that game seriously, I think.
Wait, hold on. Let me put on my sweatbands. I gotta lock in real quick.
People wear like arm sleeves to prevent the like arms sticking on the table and stuff. You know, I know guys that like pull up in a shooting sleeve to play Fortnite on the computer on the PC.
No way.
Yeah, because you know the arm will stick to the table. You got to be reflexive and quick. You got to put on that shooting sleeve so you can
So instead
get
of
the enemies from. It's ridiculous, dude.
Instead of like tennis elbow, it's like gamer elbow.
Yeah, oh, dude, there's injuries. Carpal's big in the community, dude.
Dude, I'm out.
CT will really, if you get a case of CT in the gaming community, in the esports community, excuse me, CT can take down a whole squad. Like you can have a great season, a great league. The regular season run can be awesome. You make it to competitive time when it's like real earnings season in esports. Oh my goodness.
No
you get
way.
a buddy that comes down with CT on the squad. Oh my god.
Little carpal ton.
It's a ton of trouble for the team.
Dude, you think
you're advancing past the phase dudes after that? No. God, no. CT's taking the squad down.
Where are we dropping? Down because I'm fucking...
dropping my wrists because I can't lift them up anymore. Got the CT, boys.
I got the CTs. Oh, man, that's so funny.
And the replacement's never as good as the starter.
In
any sport, esports, regular sports.
Do you have to like do finger stretches?
Oh, there's a bunch of whole stuff you do. I think the way to prevent it is like you're supposed to sleep in like the fetal position with your arms like this.
Damn. I remember back in the day,
which couldn't be I feel like it couldn't be a more emasculating sleeping position for a large man.
I actually,
you want me to curl up? I mean, it's very comfortable.
I prefer it.
But I mean, it's tough. It's a tough look.
That's actually my preferred sleeping.
Well, we can get another Polaroid of you in that position just for the vibes.
Just post it up. Just wrist limp. Coming in limp dick.
You want to hear a fun idea for
wristed?
Maybe I should do this at the Pallet sometime. I have a fun idea for a set that would just like a one-off character.
Yeah.
Working at the intersection of nothing but it's CI. You dress up like CI Miami, so you do one-liners, and you're working at the intersection of that and the Who. So you do like. You got like sunglasses on and you walk on stage, you're like, no one spends $1,000 on clothes they're not going to wear. Yow! How you guys doing? You think Horton never actually heard the Who? I bet he won't get fooled again. Yow! And you just keep doing a bunch of these fucking, like, hey, come on. I got limp. I got
Riley.
You go, I got limp wrists. Pinball wizard. Just keep fucking just laying them out. There's a whole bunch of Who songs. Come on, you can just write you can write 5 minutes of that shit. Come on. You should in theory.
Who are you?
And then you in the crowd can go from,
I really want to know.
I really want to know.
Who are you?
You guys are sitting there like, who are you? yeah. There's a whole.
Who are you? What TV show had that as their intro?
I'm telling you, it's Miami Vice intro. That's what my friend said. So my buddy brought this up on the phone. I was telling him about I wrote this joke. You ever think Horton actually heard the Who? I bet he won't get fooled again. And then I worked the whole idea out from that. He's like, no, have you seen like Miami Vice? I'm like, no. He's like, look up a cut video because the intro is that song, and it's just one-liners over and over throughout the whole show of him like dead body's been here for a while. Bet he's been floating. Ow! He won't get fooled again. And it goes to the intro and shit.
Take glasses off.
Yeah,
in script.
Totally. Like all through the set, I can take them off, put them on, turn back, do a bunch of shit.
Stare directly
Wouldn't that be a
in
fun
camera.
set to try? Yeah. I should come try that sometime.
The sound effects are killer, dude. After each one.
Ow! I bet you really want to know. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a big Monk fan. I think you know Monk?
Yeah. Not very well. I've heard of them.
Monk is a TV show on USA back when that was like.
That's right. What's the premise of this show? I had a buddy who was super into this show. That's right.
I just remember like channel surfing as a teen, right? Okay. And you go like TNT USA, and then you got like Comedy Central after that in an order of like, I don't know, channels, whatever.
Sure. A block.
Yeah, a block.
Back in the day.
I would go to my grandma's house and I'd sleep over at her house and we'd watch Monk. And yeah. So
what's the premise? Is he's like mentalist or something like that?
He's OCD. And because he is so OCD.
Before it was cool, right?
Yeah.
Before the internet loved this disorder and made light of actual terrible cases of it. Continue. Sorry to...
Sean did clean
this is
the
not
house before I showed up.
Mental health hour. I'm sorry.
You did clean the whole house before I showed up. No, but I don't know. They have the best intro to like their sitcom.
Ooh, okay.
And it's like a Randy Newman like ragtime type beat.
Okay.
And it's like, it goes, it's a jungle out here, bow, bow, wow. It's a jungle everywhere, bow, bow, wow.
I want to look this up. I can maybe try to insert it if I really get...
It's such a banger. And, I don't know, it's so good.
And of course, we always get hit with ads. No free ads on the show. No one pays for ads either, but that's besides the point.
You can actually get this product. And confusion everywhere.
Yeah, that is free. That's a vibe. At Grandma's house? At Grandma's house?
Oh my god.
At Grandma's house?
It was like, it's always a murder, you know, there's a murder, someone dies.
He's trying to, okay.
Yeah, but like, they bring in Monk. He doesn't work for the police department.
He's a private contractor.
Yeah, he comes in and he's just like, so uncomfortable.
When the police can't figure it out, they call in Monk.
Exactly. Tony Shalhoub. Tony Shalhoub is the main guy. He's also in Marvelous Miss Maisel as the dad. He was also in Spy Kids, which is dank.
I love. That was like the road trip special when we had a DVD player. Me and my younger sister.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you that, and the first 3 Star Wars movies. Going to Iowa. Forget about it. I'll see you guys in Nebraska. I'm watching this. I'll check in Nebraska.
I went on a fucking car ride with my family as a kindergartner. We did cross country.
Where to? From New Jersey to where? Run me through the route.
New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota.
This was an epic trip.
Yeah.
How long?
Like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And we had a van and we had a little TV, but like there was like 2x4 between the co-pilot and driver's seat.
Okay.
And then that TV went into a cigarette lighter. And I watched Caddyshack.
That's awesome.
I watched The Jerk.
Was it a thick TV? We're talking a box TV.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It fucking extended towards the dashboard. And
so like the driver and the passenger, there's a TV in between them.
We broke down in Nebraska 3 separate times. I remember watching Mulan in the fucking...
The Huns got to you in Nebraska. The Huns found you in Nebraska.
I'll make a man out of you.
Oh, dude. The best. The best.
Ready for the fight.
I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Like, why in the live action could we not just bring back Eddie Murphy? Like, anything with Eddie Murphy is better. Like,
I mean, the facts.
You're just going to take away Mushu like that? You're just going to take away Mushu like that?
I mean, it's not as box fitting as it needs to be for the current zeitgeist.
I know.
Doesn't matter how good and funny and awesome it is.
I've been watching Shit Packs on purpose recently.
Shit Packs?
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
I just know that a movie's shitty, and I'm not watching it for enjoyment or anything.
Yep.
But just like a cringe watch or a hate watch.
What's an example of recent?
Here Comes the Boom.
What is that?
It's a Kevin James movie from 2012.
I was going to say, football movie?
Here Comes the Boom.
Is it a football movie?
No. I'll get into it.
I'm sorry.
I just saw it recently, so I can speak on it. God, it was a shit pack.
I was going to say, when you say the name, Kevin James comes to mind, but I can't remember what he was doing.
But I can tell you what he was doing at the time. It was 2012, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. But then you have The Zookeeper that he was also in, which is just an atrocious film.
Ooh.
But
we're going to catch from flack on the internet for that.
Between then and now, like, there was Here Comes the Boom.
Okay.
And it's with Henry Winkler.
Okay.
The Fonz. Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
I love it.
And he's a music teacher that needs to be saved. And the pension has run out. Ooh. And they can't fund...
Almost like the FEMA money that's run out for these hurricane victims across our country. They spent Asheville. All the FEMA money this year already. They're like, oh yeah, hurricane season happens when? The fall? Let's spend it all by the summer. Then we don't need any money for hurricane season. Hurricane season can't happen, right? That's how it works. FEMA's...
Let me just toss you
How does that happen?
Let me just toss you some toilet paper. Let me just toss you some toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Like...
at least tossing toilet paper would be one thing. I would love to see Kamala go there and toss some toilet paper. That's fine. That'd be better than going there wearing a belt that costs more than the payouts they're giving people.
Facts.
And they all do it, all politicians. So I'm not trying to like single her out, but like, you know, like it's the dissonance between the ruling class and the people that are going through a public, you know, disaster of Mother Nature's design, like in Maui, the fact that those people and never got any type of relief, and we continue to send money overseas, billions of dollars overseas. It's just it makes me very frustrated as a young American that pays taxes and works hard and wants better for everybody in America.
Facts. And then you have people like Logan Paul being like, here are 30,000 cases of Prime. Prime hydration drink. Well, now when you're in a natural disaster, think of me.
I mean, hey, it's something.
It's something, but like Prime, I don't know. You're just like plugging.
Any private thing is. Here's my thing.
You're just plugging your product on a disaster.
We can't get upset about any private industry's involvement in this when the federal government's shutting down airspace, not allowing for private helicopter flights of relief, not allowing for Starlink devices to be sent in and operational. Like that, they've shut down electronic and access roads. That they're holding people out of areas. Like when there's so many breakdowns on the government federal level, I don't even think we can get upset by someone grifting for private industry. Like it's frustrating because the only reason that the public's doing this is they're doing it for our money, dude.
I don't mean to hate on something that
is funny. No, it is funny. I think there's plenty more funny. I think it's actually much more funny. There's more funny to be found in Logan's hunting Prime there. Like here, take some cases of Prime. There's more funny there, but it's abhorrent that people are dying and going through the worst periods of their entire life, and we're just sitting back and going through an election and not like just dropping the ball on these other things to make lives better, because it's horrible. We're in the richest country on earth. We're in the hegemonic power of the globe. We're in the best time it's ever been to be a people and a person. Help it right? Max. I don't know. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry, let me get off my soapbox there. Sorry for letting me rant there for a minute and a half. Jesus Christ.
No, you're valid.
My bad.
No, I completely agree.
I keep reading about it and it's just like sad, man.
Well, it's just like there's just such a facade that's just so fragile, and the image of that. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, is there ever?
Like
the cracks in the foundation of our home that is America is they're showing
with the wealth of information we have now, and
they can't hide it anymore.
Yeah, and everyone's able to just call bullshit. It's so easy to be disillusioned, and it's so easy to be upset, and the majority of people are upset, and most people aren't either strong left or strong right. Everyone has some commonalities. And even people that are far right, they're not bad people. They're not. Like, we can't villainize people because that's what they want. You know? And
that ultimately, if you really understand anything about history or psychology or public policy or any type of dynamics, you understand that when we divide on the individual level. And the pod's one of those weird things where that's something I've gotten out of it, where I look at people with much more grace and humanity than I think I did before.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten to talk to people and hear their story and be like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah.
What an ignorant little kid I was, thinking that someone's this way because of a label of a D or an R.
Yeah. Yeah.
So silly.
It's just it's polarizing. People love to know a stance. It's always frowned upon to talk politics, religion, yada yada. You know, you always want to like have fun, have a good conversation with someone. But I feel like it's so taboo to be like, let's talk politics.
Oh, I try to talk politics, religion, passions, biggest fears, every single episode. That's like my favorite things to talk. It's just like the actual humanities.
A pod is one thing.
No, but you're so right.
But like,
it's very gauche to bring up politics with strangers.
Yeah.
Super gauche. You're not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
The word gauche. What a gauche word. God damn. Pick
Goshen,
a less gauche word. Goshen, Indiana?
Goshen, Indiana.
How do you know that?
Janus Motorcycles are out of there. They're a little small displacement company.
That's too funny.
They make dope fucking motorcycles. And my coworker said she's from Goshen. So
shout out to my coworkers.
And then I started bringing up Janus. I was like, Janus Motorcycles. And she's like, oh my God. I don't know.
Nice.
It was a targeted ad. You know?
Way to go. Shen. Come on now.
Way to Goshen.
You're right. I should.
That was a good one, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
What were you like? Were you interested in the news and politics growing up as a kid or no? You said you were kind of on to things and you know, the gist of stuff early. I
think understanding my own privilege got me upset in a way that's just, I knew that it's okay for me to like fuck around in a sense of just like security or having stability. And it's like, there's the hierarchy of like needs. There's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's like the base is, you know, you have shelter, food, clothes, all this stuff.
Yep.
And then you go to, you know, self-actualization in that pyramid. Hopefully everyone reaches it, right?
No one can define it, but we all hope we reach it. Continue.
But at the same time, though, like, I don't think it's something that you reach. I think it's always something you're gonna try to achieve. But just in that and knowing that my bottom needs are met and like I'm secure and safe, and then like knowing that other people don't necessarily have that, even just the foundation, right? It just like, I wasn't like disgusted by it, but I was like, it's just very unfair. And like, I didn't necessarily like,
you want it to be fair.
I want it to be more fair than it is currently.
You want everybody to be born, every birth in the world to be born in America.
Well,
that's what you're saying. It'd be the best way to do it, right? If they want the fairest, best outcome, every birth needs to happen here, because the per life outcome is better here than anywhere else on Earth.
Well,
that's why we have everybody around the world wanting to come here. That's why we have the soft and hard power, right?
We have a major city that's very financially stable, and with that, we have people living longer. And we have people that are having more children here and
less though here than in like Africa.
Yeah.
And in like most of the world.
Well, just like contraception in Africa.
Well, most of it, yes. Well, a lot of it has to do with, I was fascinated taking economic development and learning about how like a state becomes like a developed country and what you can do to try to help, you know, countries where a mother's having 6 kids because on average 2 of them are going to die before 5.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit. Yeah. The infrastructure required on a public health level to overcome these hurdles are massive. Crazy. And you don't just get that. You need an industry like oil or blah, blah, blah that is going to back up your ability to fund those other public health things. And, that's really tough infrastructurally. So there's a huge investment, and who invests? So right now, what's happening, I don't know if you've read, China is really interested in pouring all their money, a lot of money into Africa.
Yeah.
in a very, anyone that's read about history, everybody's like bad Belgium, bad France, bad UK for what you've done in Africa, bad US. Well, US didn't even colonize, but the colonizers of this entire continent, we were like bad. Right now, China is doing the exact same thing in a modern sense under the guise of we're helping develop economically this place.
Yeah.
The same thing happened 500 to 1,000 years ago. So I just think it's kind of humorous as a observer of the world and people that we just don't have no one's up in arms about this.
Yeah, it's the first time hearing about it.
But China's buying our farmland here in Colorado too. So maybe they're just doing this on a global scale.
Damn.
Maybe they're just investing everywhere they can. So maybe I should just take that back.
I know that like Singapore is just like a major port and like trade there is just off the charts.
Well, Singapore broke away. Singapore is an interesting case because Singapore in like, I think it was the 80s or the 90s, they kind of broke away from the rest of how Chinese did economic policy.
Yeah.
And they, were more free and they actually, what they did is they said, all right, if you come here, X company, we're going to build, the buildings and the garages and the infrastructure that required around to make it so that it's worth.
It's a crazy
and it's
city.
Hugely beneficial over 25, 40 years.
Yeah.
It's a huge city
and
a huge development for that whole eastern part of the world.
I know.
It's the New York City of the Eastern world.
It really is crazy. I don't know. What about Hong Kong? What are they?
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Are they
and Singapore.
British rule or
no?
no?
That's Hong Kong is China.
Yeah, but wasn't there like some type of?
Yeah, Hong Kong's always usually been more free than the rest of China. I think is my understanding economically because of the economic benefits of economic freedom.
Yeah,
and liberty. And Singapore's then been the next degree of that case in execution.
And then Taiwan is
where all the processing chips for everything that requires electronics in the world is made.
Damn, but they're an island right off China.
Correct. Some people say there isn't a Taiwan and that it's just China. that is part of China.
Yeah, but why do people think Taiwan is part of China?
Because Taiwan is part of China.
Is it?
Give me money, CCP. I mean,
don't they want their own rule?
I think I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Is Hawaii a part of America?
Those type of questions can be raised. Alaska, America. I
mean, a slur for fucking tourists by Hawaiians is a howley.
I'll tell you this. There's a huge. I think there's
they don't want us there.
There's enough demonstrable examples of a cultural difference between Taiwan and China, to my understanding, which is very baseline, that it's different.
Yeah.
That I in my little pea brain would say, yeah, it's different.
It's crazy. It's crazy that they produce so much as such a little island.
So much in one particular, very now important industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Damn, they have such little hands.
I think machines do most of the work nowadays.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the buttons are probably small too, but
come on.
Let's go. We're having fun. Did you hear about the possible port shutdown with the longshoremen?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the longshoremen across the eastern United States were striking for 100% raise in their wages. They were already offered a 50% raise. They were striking for like maybe it was 70 or something like that, and a bunch of other stuff. But the union guy was like, threatening the federal government, like, oh, we'll hold everyone hostage, and you don't know how much this is going to hurt. As he's wearing like a Cartier chain and like glasses and all this expensive stuff. And then they look and he's got a house with a Bentley and all that. And he makes $1 million a year, and it's like, okay, bro.
Dude, mob related.
And then you dig in a little more and it's mob related.
You want to hear a crazy fucking story?
I'd love to. Let me shut up and listen.
No, you're good. You're good.
Please.
God, just talking about the ports, right? And like what?
Because you grew up on the ports. I don't know shit about the ports, man.
Okay, so.
Tell me about the ports.
I'll tell you about the ports. I fucking grew up in North Jersey. And, the Hudson. That's right there.
Heard of it?
You heard of it?
I've heard of it.
A lot of ports. A lot of ports are in the Hudson.
Yep.
And
in the yards, right? That's where they have the yards.
Oh, yeah. Chelsea Piers. The fish market. We're fucking docking.
That's where guys go down to dock with each other at the ports.
We've been hitting the docks.
They drink port and dock.
And so, being from North Jersey, it's where the Sopranos, was filmed. It's where the Sopranos were shot. I'm just saying, it's, my dad would make us pasta every Sunday. We're not even Italian. It was just assimilating to the culture.
Nice.
Right?
I love that.
And we'd say like prayers around the table and he'd be like do
Love
the
it.
kisses and all that. And it's like, we're not even Italian. Like, stop. Just like lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm. I mean, good sauce to get lost in, but continue.
Talking about docks.
Let's get back to the docking.
Let's get back to the port. There was a guy in our town who ran the port,
The dock, yeah.
the dock,
The longshoreman.
and he would look the other way for certain activity, and he was like Albanian related. It was an Albanian mob, and he ended up snitching on someone. They ended up going to prison. They ended up getting out of prison, and then he ended up
sleeping with the fishes.
Ended up falling from a parking garage, or got pushed off a parking garage.
Hey,
But
those parking garages can get slippery when wet. He didn't read the sign.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's savage.
But
And everybody knew about this?
and
or,
it was,
or you could just like kind of read into it.
and like their kids went to like high school together. It was like, whoa. And like the mom would come to like youth basketball games in like a fur coat.
Mink?
Like,
Minked
yeah,
up?
like,
I know someone else
from
who
the-
came to a basketball game in a mink coat.
oh my
One of my
God.
buddies did that in high school and the coat got destroyed.
So fun though.
So cool.
Whenever you're wearing a fur coat,
Ugh,
damn.
can't say I've done it, but
You can't say that you don't feel like a pimp. Even if it's not even real or whatever.
your hand immediately goes up like there should be a chalice there.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh, just you're really hot.
I throw on
It's
the
a very hot
sleeve, and I'm
jacket.
like,
You're sweating, but you can't let anyone know, but they all see that you are. Like a fur coat is just so hot. And it's not even you're stunting when you wear one.
whew, are you
But-
ever?
God, you're coming to your son's youth rec basketball game in the stands. You walk across the court, clippity cloppity through the fucking hardwood.
How do you think she's going to represent the family?
Talk to me.
Come on. She needs, that's just
But
like very...
There are people that think that was just a cover.
Would the kids talk about it? Like, were you friends with any of the mob kids?
I knew of families.
No, but you weren't.
I worked at a country club that hosted mob parties that I was a busboy at, and it was just a lot of guys that looked like henchmen, just hanging out. They didn't
Hench
dance,
people.
but they like stood up a lot.
They didn't dance, but they stood up a lot.
They were just all bald, and I was like, "All right, you guys are like the enforcers." Like, there's like levels.
Yeah,
like
this
you're an
isn't the
enforcer.
A-team, yeah.
Like
Where's the executive suite? This isn't it.
like this country club was like 1834. You know what I'm saying? It was just like ridiculous.
Right.
And I'm low on the totem pole. I'm working this fucking wedding for this woman named Virginia. She's like, make sure Garrett. I was like, yes, Virginia.
Yeah, dude, she was going to get shot if she fucked anything up, man. She cared.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah. She cared, man.
Make sure those are lit. Make sure the pilot's under the fucking catering system. Oh, where's Pedro? She'd always be like, where's Pedro?
Nice.
I'm like, Pedro, what do I do? He's like, just take it over there.
There it is.
Dope, dude. Thank you. So good. He was such a good dude. I was always dapping up Pedro. working fucking mob parties.
Damn. How long did you work at that country club?
2 years.
Nice.
Yeah, I did
bus boy stuff.
mostly private events, but like just like hors d'oeuvres, hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, so at this time that this guy ends up getting thrown off the fucking parking garage, he had a mistress.
Oh.
And he had there was a place in our town called Mail and More. It wasn't like a UPS or FedEx. It was like a different.
It was a front.
It was like a brand for like mail.
Oh, okay.
It was like weird. I don't know. You have like
but it's a local or brand.
Yeah.
A regional brand.
Yeah.
For postal services.
Yeah. Like Mail and More. Like I got a manila envelope that's like, I gotta get it
also
to the next guy.
It's a manila envelope and it's also a gun. Mail and More.
Just some.
It's a ream of paper that doubles as a knife.
This
isn't an office chair, it's a bazooka.
But wait, there's more.
There's more in the back.
Ow!
We mostly just keep the mail out front. There's more in the back. Yeah! Don't get bold again.
Bound. Fucking Kanye's Bound. Oh man. He had a box at Mail and More. That's what he had. The more that he had was a box.
That's cool.
And so he had a mistress, and he let the mistress know about what he had in the box before he went. But his wife also knew
About the box
at Mail and More.
How?
I don't know. It got out. Like I don't know if she was early or late. I think she went to open up the lockbox, and there wasn't anything in there. Because
it was only more. It's a quantum joke.
A little Oliver Twist. I want more, sir. The more I want is not there.
It's gone.
But imagine being associated with like a mob like entity, or you got mob ties, and then you go to the box that's supposed to set you up, and you open that box. Nothing. It's been doing you dirty the whole time.
And then you open the box and it's like one of those cards is musical, and Kanye's bound to falling in love.
Bound.
How you gonna fuck a girl's birthday?
You open it up.
Bound.
So good.
Damn, dude, that is mob ties,
dude. So
North
crazy.
Jersey. That's an interesting place to grow up. Did you go into the city much? How far away is that from you?
I would take a train to Secaucus.
Okay,
and then Secaucus to Penn Station.
How far? How long?
It was probably 45 minutes by train.
That's not too bad.
And probably like low key, probably like 50 minutes if you're like actually hoofing it by car. But yeah, just, right over the GWB.
It's actually hoofing it is a vehicle.
Yeah.
We're on the East Coast. When we actually hoof it, we drive somewhere.
But if you want to have a good time, we can hoof it.
Dang, that's cool. So did you go into the city like with friends as a teenager?
Yeah.
Get rambunctious and wild in the city?
Yeah.
What was that like? Because I grew up in a suburb of Boulder, like I said, so it's like the rambunctious years were very different for me than that. We didn't have access to anything nearly as cool. I had buddies that were cool that would go into Denver and do stuff in Denver, but like I wasn't even that cool.
Damn, dude.
So.
Well, you gotta always utilize a city that's close to you.
Yeah, you gotta.
I always feel like if I'm ever to move anywhere other than here, I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. But if I were to, it would have to be like near a major city.
Yeah, I think at this point I want to be. It's just more fun, more excitement.
More excitement, more fun, more diversity, more culture, more, symbiotic,
Well, that's a stretch, but I like the utopian vision.
I like the idea of being completely alone, but you enter a crowded area like a subway or whatever, and you just feel the energy of the people around you. And even,
hey, give me my wallet back! That's my bag!
And you just keep your head down.
And there's a guy pissing.
And you mind your own business.
Yeah.
And everyone can be going through it, but you're all together. You know what I mean? Like everyone, you're
not concerned about the humanity of a few key people.
I honestly think there is probably a higher ratio of people who are like honestly like well-adjusted people that just like go through it weekly. Like
in the city versus in the country.
7 days out of the week, people in New York City probably have a shitty fucking day 3 days out of those 7.
Interesting.
But like, it's the grind. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But like the elements are just so stacked against you.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, you live there. It's great. You're going through it. Everyone's going through it. Keep your head down. Grind. Ignore the guy that's fucking crazy. You know? And that's the beauty in this.
Yeah.
I
just think it's just crazy.
But like, you know, I saw that.
But if there's food open late, I'm open to it.
Oh my God. I think the only place that's more 24/7 than New York City is Vegas.
I was gonna say, I work until late, and I'm just so tired of like getting off at 11:55 and being like, well,
what are my options?
Let me kill myself because there's nothing open.
Yeah. Little Mickey D's. Well, shout out Jerusalem.
I mean, Jerusalem's sick.
God dang, dude.
I guess I should stop bitching and just go to Jerusalem
1.72 miles away from my house, but who's counting? God, I love Jerusalem.
Okay, let's meet there next time. I'm sorry. I'll take back my sins with my 5th prayer at Jerusalem.
Just get a kebab.
Forget about it. Get a kebab and forget about it. So you need to get out of here. I can stop keeping you, or I know we're past our allotted window.
Oh no, you're good. Are you chilling?
I'm chilling. We can wrap things up. Let me get you hided here. Have you heard of this silly little country called England, sir?
England?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
It's pretty silly. They got this even sillier thing they do there called knighting. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it.
You gotta call people sir afterwards. Well, here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long-form conversation with my guests, I am hiding my guests. Because all my life, people have been like, hey, I got a couple inches. How's the weather up there? And shit like this because of my unfortunate large physical frame. But the reality that I've come to learn is that these are just vehicles or vessels that we drive every day, and they're not really that important. There are tall people that are nice and short people that are nice and assholes all around.
Yeah.
So after a long form conversation, I'll be giving you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically, Garrett?
6'2".
6'2". All right. I heart height thee 6'5". I'm not going to burden you too much. I don't want you to get back surgery. You got a big heart.
Big
and
heart.
A creative mind. I wish I could mind height you.
Big heart, small dick.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. I'm about like 2.5 hard.
Well, it is.
2.5 hard, 2 soft.
Where can the people find you, good sir?
Pallet City Comedy.
Pallet City Comedy.
Pallet City Comedy, as well as Garrett.Nygren. Nygren. Nygren. I know. It's an N-word. We can all get behind this N-word. You know what I'm saying?
Now, here's an N-word we can get behind.
But wait, there's more. Bound.
But here's another bound. It's a game show. Here's a game show to pitch to Netflix. It's like 3 doors, but bound is behind every door. You want to go for the bigger prize?
Or you want to more is just
pick what
bound.
You found behind door number 1. You know what? I think I'm going to pick door number 3. I'm really feeling lucky today. All right, let's open door number 3. Bound! Damn it! Are they all bound? Am I allowed to swap it for 2? I mean, you could, but
you know what would be even crazier is if That's what they wanted.
They're like, yes. They open door number 1. It goes, bah! They go, I couldn't be happier. This is gonna. My family, honestly, we came on and we said, if we get bound, that's about it. We'll just stop after 1 door.
Move that bus. Move that bus. Bound.
Bound to bone.
Yes. Yes. Yes, this took a whole week. We redid your whole entire bound.
What do you want in your room, little Johnny? Well, I really like dinosaurs. And Johnny, let's walk into your room. It's time to see your new dinosaur room.
Oh my God, I hope everyone can come to my bound mitzvah. I heard it was more of a bound matzvah.
No, we do. It's full of bound comedy on Instagram. It's just short vignettes of bound injected into different ideas.
So I've been thinking of this bound.
Yeah. Hey, you guys hear the new bound? Oh, man. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Dude, thanks for having me, bro.
Thanks for all you do. Come on November 1st to the 69th. The 69th, right, Garrett? On November 1st. Am I getting this right? I want to get these details correct at the end here so that people come out.
All right.
The 69th on November.
It's the 69th show at Locust Cider. We've been doing it since 2021, October 15th. And it's going to be our 3-year anniversary coming up. And it's going to be a tremendous show. Sean, you're going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
And
but even better comics than me are going to be there, which is why you should really come out. And it's a great venue.
You know why you should also come out?
Why?
Bound.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Fuck off and be well.